According to LAI Mohammad, the Minister of Information, he said, "We are suffering consequences of 1975 coup," says LAI Mohammad. LAI Mohammad, Minister of Information and Culture, says the country's security challenges are a consequence of the 1975 coup till date. LAI Mohammad, Minister of Information and Culture, says the country's security challenges are a consequence of the 1975 coup d'etat. The coup, which took place on July 29, 1975, overthrew Yakubu Gowon and brought Murtala Mohammed to power. Speaking when he featured on Channels Television's News Night on Monday, Mohammed said the lead disconcerted at the town hall meeting on national security organized by the federal government narrated how the Gowon government was planning to ensure free and compulsory primary education for children of school age. He said the decision was arrived at then as part of efforts to avoid another civil war in the country. The minister said, regrettably, the idea was jettisoned after the 1975 coup which sacked Gowon. He said failure to execute the plan is responsible for Nigeria's large number of out-of-school children. According to him, militant and insurgent groups have a ready army to recruit from the country's 13.2 million out-of-school children. Hence, the heightened insecurity in Nigeria is going to be on the verge or the fence. The fact is that in 1973 we were informed by the lead discussant and that the government of the day then had a retreat and said there must be a national pledge. There must be a national pledge and that's what it is, and that thing that we must do to ensure that we did not go through another civil war. The government of that day came out with a decision that what will prevent another civil war is to ensure that anybody born after January 1970 has free and a compulsory primary education, which is free, Mohammed said. Regrettably, that administration was overthrown 2 years later, and all the lofty ideas and all the preparations that were needed to ensure that every child of school age acquired free and compulsory education were jettisoned. And we are paying the price today, because if you have 13.2 million children of school age out of school, that is the market which Boko Haram bandits, IPOB and other militants, that is the market where they recruit from. The minister said it was consequently resolved at the town hall meeting that all three levels of government must ensure that we go back to that and ensure at least free primary education for the first 9 years for each child. What has been said here, let me go through it again so that I can deduce something out of it. And we are paying the price today, because if you have 13.2 million children of school age out of school, that is the market which Boko Haram, bandits, IPOB and other militant group, that is the market where they recruit them from. I would dispute the fact that indigenous people of Biafra is attached to Boko Haram and bandits, because IPOB is not a terrorist group. Like Imam Powerful was invited to Chinese television. He told them, they were asking him so many questions, he told them that IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, they are not a terrorist group. Mind you, they are only fighting for referendum. They are fighting for secession. They are fighting for good governance. They are just a group like me and you, one or two people put heads together to agitate over bad. So many reactions have been trailing concerning what LAI Mohammad has just said. They said LAI Mohammad is always out of point. This is not the major problem. The major issue is that you, LAI Mohammad, and others, politicians, are looting this country dry, and justice are not served rightly. The law are only meant for the poor masses, but not the thief that stole the country's wealth. Like I used to say, I laugh whenever I hear people, comment like this. I laugh. it's not like I'm mocking the person that is commenting, but I just laugh because it's better to cry. So it's better to laugh than to cry. They have milked this country dry. Now he's talking out of point. What is our concern with what the coup in last whatever affected the school students or school children? The ones that have graduated, the ones that have even went to school in this modern age, have they gotten job? Let alone work in a good office, or let alone they become politician or become leaders of tomorrow. I wouldn't know, because they even say education is not even the criteria to become president of this country. They've puzzled it to us, and they've made us know that most of the leaders that we have, except for Goodluck, who was a lecturer, Buhari is nowhere to be found. Yaradua even went to school, Obasanjo, well, in the military school, and something like that. But let's forget about education. Many students or children were out of school due to lack of education, or lack of money, or lack of low economy, or what. So if he's saying anything about school, that we should just put that one aside. That's not what should be obtainable now. We are talking about the economy. You understand? We are talking about good governance. Those that were there, or those that are still there, that are leaders, you understand, they are living fine. You understand? But bad economy, bad governance, insecurity is just the order of the day, killing, injustice, and some other things. And the president will keep quiet, keep mute, and will not say anything. Well, let me continue. The Fulani strategy to continue to dominate the Hausa. Number one, make sure that the boys from the Hausa tribe do not go to school by using fake religion to deceive them that the life of Almajiri is ordained by the prophet. Number two, marry out the Hausa girls by age 5 to 7 years age to a man that will make sure she does not go to school. At the end, she goes down with VVFs, starts smelling, relegated to the back of the house forever. But you see, the Fulani children are in all the government sectors, schooling. Have you seen a Fulani Almajiri before? Answer: the girls don't marry until they are a bit matured. The Fulani girls start making good money early in life by selling fura denono, which makes them independent and prosperous. And Fulani women are not poor, in fact very rich. Yes, that they brainwash them. They brainwash them a lot. That's why they said Christians are the ones bringing westernization to the north. The Fulani people will now come. They say Boko Haram, because I know they are the epitome and pioneer of this Western education being prohibited. They said Western education is prohibited, is a sin to Allah, to Prophet Muhammad. I wouldn't know how their own belief is, because they believe awkwardly, they behave like cow. Even the Hausas that have been dominated by the Fulanis, why would they listen to them? They said the Christians or the foreigner or whichever, because I believe you are from the southern part of Nigeria, you are a foreigner, you are not a northerner, you are not a timid northerner because you don't speak Hausa. Even if you speak Hausa, you have a tribe that you claim, and so they started eradicating Christians. They started with that. And at the long run, even Muslims, they started eradicating Muslims just because some Muslims would want to stand on their ground, they want to tell them the truth, and want to tell them that this Islam that you practice is not how the Quran wrote it. So they started eradicating the real Muslims that even they are speaking up for themselves. If you speak up for yourself, you'll be killed. Well, I don't know where they get that from. How can you say that LAI Mohammad? How can LAI Mohammad say that? What consequences are we suffering from? You see how you are painting bad image of Nigeria to the whole international communities. As communication minister, I thought you were supposed to promote our wonderful good image. If this statement was made by any other person outside your untouchable untouchable, either the opposition party or whatever, you and your people will be requesting for their heads and prosecution of that person. If you really said this, it means you have lost all hope building a better Nigeria, and it means it is time to disintegrate completely. I believe you will soon make that declaration because you getting tired of your position as a government propagandist.